How's it going, everyone? We have some practice squad roster moves going on today. So this comes from Tom Silverstein, first reporting that Green Bay Packers are to sign tight end Johnny Lumpkin to their practice squad, and then also tweeted out that Packers also signed wide receiver TJ Luther to the practice squad. In exchange, they have released running back LaMichael Perrine and wide receiver Jalen Wayne from the practice squad to make room. LaMichael Perrine was probably just signed to have some more depth over at the running back position, and I guess they felt TJ Luther was a better wide receiver, or probably fit more of what they were trying to develop over at the wide receiver. So for Johnny Lumpkin, he comes in with a RAS score of 6.46, height of 6'5", comes in at 264 pounds, so a bigger tight end, and ran the 40-yard dash at a 4.81. So not the fastest guy, but he's a pretty big dude. He did go undrafted in 2023, kind of bounced around a few teams, and didn't really get any starting time. So over in college, spent 4 years at Lafayette, and pretty much didn't really accumulate any receiving stats. In his final year in 2022, he had a 62 offensive grade, a 73.7 pass block grade, and a 59.2 run block grade. And this move is most likely due to the fact they're trying to get a little bit more tight end depth, considering they didn't really have any depth, especially when Tucker Kraft was injured. There's no one really to call up. So this is probably to secure some depth at the tight end position. Then for wide receiver TJ Luther, he also went undrafted in 2023. He came out of college with a RAS score of 5.85, comes in at a height of 5'11", weighs 189 pounds, so not your typical Packers wide receiver build, definitely a little bit on the smaller side, and ran the 40-yard dash at a 4.5. But as you can see, his vertical jump is 39, which is pretty good, especially for his height, and a broad jump of 10 feet and 7 inches. Now, as with the same thing for Lumpkin, TJ Luther bounced around a couple of teams last year, the Jets, Patriots, and Steelers, but pretty much didn't really land a home. So for over with his time in college, he spent 5 years in college, 2 of them at Gardner-Webb, and then 3 years before that at Wofford. So in his final year, this is pretty much when he had his breakout year in college. He had 63 receptions, went for 1,168 yards and 8 touchdowns, had an offensive grade of 74.6, a receiving grade of 76.3, and a fumble grade of 75.3 with a drop of 49.3, as he did end up dropping 10 passes, or he was credited with 10 drops. So he did drop a little bit, but still a very productive final year for him after not producing much in his first 4 years. But just coming out with a quick update on our practice squad, especially since some players do get called up from the practice squad onto the active roster and do play a pivotal role for us. But let me know what you think down in the comments. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, go Pack Go.